Yo, what is going on, guys? Hess here at CollectiveKicks.com. If you guys want to shop this week's top sneaker deals, check the link in the description, and happy shopping. In this video, I wanted to give you a follow-up of the Air Max 720 after wearing these shoes for a month. If you guys are interested in purchasing these 720s or the 270s even, or any other Air Max sneakers, check the link in the description. These things are pretty disgusting. I will be using my Reshoevn8r and cleaning these up. If you guys want to use my Reshoevn8r discount code for their sneaker cleaning products, check the link in the description. And you can save 10% with the code HESSKICKS10. And shout out to the plug Reshoevn8r for holding me down. I definitely need to get these things clean because they're just disgusting. So the Air Max 720 is the latest in innovation from Nike, providing a sensation of walking on air that is like no other sneaker that they have provided before. The evolution of Nike Air has been something fun to watch, and if you guys missed my other review of these shoes, I'll link it in the description. I went over all of the different Air Maxes that I have, from the Air Max 1 to the 90s, to the 120s and 270s and 360s, so definitely worth checking out that video if you haven't watched it. The real question is, are these worth $180 that they cost? And hopefully we can cover that in this video. Just to note, I wore my pair casually for the last month, and here are my pros and cons of the latest flagship model. And for those looking at the shoe and didn't see my other custom video of these, this is my Tiger custom of the Sunset colorway, where I filled in the lines, and it was really supposed to mimic this shoe right here, the Air Max Plus in the Tiger colorway. So that's the reason why I did that. Starting off with the pros though, you can tell from the giant big old booty on this thing, the Max Air is definitely felt in this shoe. It is absolutely insane. It is such a huge air unit, and it's honestly kind of like an engineering marvel how they were able to squeeze such a huge air unit in the shoe and make it feel comfortable and not like you're walking on like a balloon. Another pro that I'll throw in this category is because these shoes make you so much taller. If you want to feel confident for a day, throw on your Air Max 720s. Definitely has the highest stack out of all of the other Air Maxes out there. And another pro worth mentioning is, even though you have this giant air stack, they're surprisingly stable on feet. Like, you don't feel like you're going to roll your ankle left to right as much as you think you would because of the giant air unit. For some way, it's pretty well balanced where you feel like in control and not overly wobbly on these things. So the stability is actually something I like. Another pro is the upper materials. Now, I will say the upper materials on this version right here is a lot better than on this version here with just the neoprene upper. The first colorway definitely has more of a premium feel. Another pro for me is that the tongue actually stays in place when you wear these things. Previously, this shoe right here is one where the tongue would always fall to the side, and I always despised that when you had a detached tongue, which is my preference, but then have them slide over and the tongue is like off-centered. I like that the 720s, I don't feel like that when these are on feet. They stay nice and centered, and they did a good job designing that as well. That pretty much wraps up my pros. Let's go ahead and get into some of the cons. They are a little bit slippery when the floors are wet, and it is definitely wet in Oregon right now. So outside, when you're walking about here and there, they do feel like they're going to slide a little bit. So you got to be a little bit careful. I definitely proceed with a little bit of caution. Speaking of slippery, because of the odd cutouts of the sole, these things actually, I've slipped around in my car when I was driving it a little bit. Nothing as bad as like the Adidas tubulars or anything like that, but I definitely felt my pedals get stuck a little bit on the bottom of the shoe. I don't know if I'm the only one that's had that problem, but it's one that I did have, so I wanted to mention it. Next con is the fit. They are not true to size in my opinion. I have a wider foot. You definitely have to go up half a size for a more comfortable ride. These are a 9.5. These ones are a 10 for myself. Usually I'm a true 9.5, and the 10s feel much better on feet. By the end of the day, most of the days that I was wearing these shoes, my feet hurt a little bit around the toe section of the shoe because they were just too snug. And the insole is not one that you can take out too easily in these, so the way that I was able to avoid it, it was wearing really thin socks. Another potential con is that big old booty Judy on the back here. Because it is so big and sticks out, it is a little bit clunky, and you do kind of hit it on things. So some people might find it annoying just running it into things with your big old butt. Worth noting, and so I wanted to mention it as a con. So the next con I wanted to mention is the durability of this air unit. Honestly, it's hard to say after a month only. I mean, obviously it's held up quite well, but I feel like if this is your only shoe that you're going to wear the entire year, like through high school or college or whatever, I have a feeling like your air bubble probably will pop. And if you guys have worn these for a while also, or if you've had bad experiences with the 270s popping or these 720s, leave a comment. Let's face it, some Nike Airs do have problems. I've had many pairs of Nike Airs pop through the years. Because of the sheer volume, I feel like this one could be potentially a problem. The last couple cons for you guys are they're not very light and they're not very breathable. Previously, everything's been flying at this, flying at that, And these ones are not Flyknit and they don't breathe very well. Also, these are really, really heavy comparison to something like these, the Pegasus Turbos. It's not something too crazy, just worth noting because they are heavier and they are not as breathable as some of the other shoes on the market. For me, once I got the correct size, I feel like these are really excellent on feet. Definitely something that I like better than the Air Max 270s. Some people disagree and like the 270s better, but I feel like these are much, much better than the 270s. And especially after wearing them a month, you definitely kind of get used to the feel of the shoes. And the more I wore them, the more compliments I ended up getting as I was wearing them. So it's something that I think people are getting used to. And all in all, I mean, they felt great on feet. So to quickly break down some of my scoring of the Air Max 720, cushioning would get a 4 out of 5. I think it is really, really well cushioned. It's just a huge, ridiculous air unit. So I like the cushioning of the shoe. Responsiveness, I would give a 3. It's not super responsive, obviously, because of the size and the mass of the air unit. The upper material, I would give a 3 out of 5. It's nothing fancy. It's not really breathable, but I do like the overall look and the feel of the upper. The weight of the shoe is pretty heavy, so I'd give it a 2 out of 5. Breathability, again, 2 out of 5. The durability of the shoe, I mentioned the air unit would be kind of in question, so I gave it a 3 out of 5, but the durability of the upper feels really good. The traction of the shoe is just average at 3 out of 5, minus the rain conditions. The style of the shoe, I personally think it is a 4 out of 5. I like the style. I think it is kind of like a nice evolution of the Air Max lineage. I personally like this model better than the VaporMax, but I will do a video comparing these, the VaporMaxes, the Pegasus Turbos, as well as the ULTRABOOST 2019. So be sure to subscribe to my channel and I'll be posting that video here in the future also. The last metric is value. These are a 3 out of 5. In my opinion, just because the price point is $180. So to sum up the video, are these things comfortable on feet? In my opinion, yes. After wearing them a month, do I regret buying a pair? No, not at all. And in fact, I'm happy that I bought my second pair and did my customization to this one. It's probably the only two that I'm going to own. I can't see myself buying any more unless they have a bunch of really cool, crazy concepts that they plan on bringing with the uppers or just some other colorways that I really like. But it's a great shoe. It will be a lot better when it's on sale. But it is a great shoe and it's one that I'm definitely happy that I bought. But anyways, what do you guys think about the Air Max 720? Is it a shoe you've tried on feet yet or not? Have you bought a pair? If you have, leave a comment in the comment section about some things that you like or dislike about the shoe so other people can see that as well. If you have not bought a pair but you've been interested, leave a reason why in the comment section why you did not pick out the shoes. But hopefully the video has been somewhat informative to you guys. Again, if you guys want to buy a pair, check the link in the description. And thank you guys for stopping by and watching the video. Once again, subscribe to the channel if you're new to the channel. Notification bell to be notified of when the videos go live. And thank you again for watching. Have a great rest of the day. Peace, guys.